Greetings, fellow mortals, and welcome back to the Warlock YouTube channel. My name is Kyler. Other warlocks gather power while I gather internet cringe. And apparently, from what I've been hearing, Harman's been crashing out. Oh, such delicious salt. I have such sights to show you. Anyway, let's get into this.
What's this? But I thought she was done with Nintendo.
And I thought you were done being stupid. Because we were both wrong.
She was never going to talk about or play their games ever again.
Well, she's talking about something that a lot of us within the Salt communities are talking about. But of course you don't know that. Oh wait, you did learn about that just recently. But want to know something else want to know something else? Else, Harman? Ooh, she is definitely not playing any more Nintendo games, from what I can tell.
I thought this individual was being completely 100% serious when she said she was done with Nintendo.
She is done with Nintendo, but that doesn't mean she can't talk shit.
She was finished with Nintendo, that she was breaking up with Nintendo. How could you do this to me, Nintendo?
Yeah, she's done. I mean, yeah, from what I can tell, she's done talking. She's done like doing Nintendo content outside of talking about them. And I will say this, I have this video and another video, and the other video is going to be very much in depth about what Nintendo has done recently.
We had something special, Nintendo, and then you had to ruin it. I thought that's what she was telling people. Here she is, back again. I don't know if I, predicted she would be back. But
it's upsetting that I basically predicted that you'll be back in my content, but having heard about you crashing out, I am so glad I got the idea to cover you right now. Such delicious salt already. Oh.
Here she is. I'm done with Nintendo Part 2, which is a contradiction in and of itself, because if you were done with Nintendo, you wouldn't need to put out a Part 2 to justify your position.
Well, you would need to put out a part 2 if, let's say, Nintendo were to do some heavy fuck shit.
You know, this is why I hate this chick so much. Like, out of all the video content I've seen in the past year or so since the Switch 2 came, I really think this is the one that made me the most angry. Just because of how paper thin, transparent she is.
Yeah, no, everybody likes being transparent. Let's see here. I'm a lazy piece of shit when it comes to doing my content, but you know, when I do my content, guess what? You fucker, and whatever else I decide to do for my content is done all in one take, because fuck you. Or in the case of this video, it's 2 takes because, yeah, cats decided to require food. And I did not want to put in a long pause or anything. But still, I basically do all these. What all of you see is the raw footage. Anyway, oh, Harman, come on.
About being a grifter. And here she is.
She is not a fucking grifter. You're more of a grifter than she is. And not to mention, you X-Ball, Reforge, all of these fanboys who call us salt content creators, or people who criticize Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft grifters. Yeah, y'all don't know what fucking grifting means. Come on, Harman. Tell us your definition of grifting. Oh, wait, you can't.
Is back again to try and like I don't know, make the same point she made the first time. Like I don't know what she's gonna say. I didn't watch this video, but let's.
Good job. And I didn't watch this video either. I thank you, Death Shadow and Gara's community, by the way, who literally gave me this idea for content because I really wanted to. I didn't really want to talk shit about you. I wanted to talk shit about fucking what Nintendo has done earlier. But still, yeah.
Let's go ahead and see what she has to say.
Oh, I made a video where I
God damn, what's with the double audio, my guy? Fix the fucking audio. Also, you is not fucking Ash Ketchum. You is not Ash fucking Ketchum. Get that Pikachu plush off your shoulder. Oh wait, are you trying to hold your jizz in it? Is that why?
I basically broke up with. 3 months ago, I made a video where I basically broke up with Nintendo.
So I wasn't being pissed.
Come on, Harman. It's okay. I get it. It's hard to be stupid sometimes, especially when you are as incredibly stupid as you are. Also, are you trying to say facetious? Ugh, fucking hell, English. Facetious, whatever.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said that she like claimed she broke up with Nintendo.
Oh, I've basically broken up with Nintendo, and look at how I'm going.
And here she is, like, begging to be back. You know, Nintendo has, like, access to better...
She is not begging to be back, you dumb fuck. Also, by the way, I hope to God that I don't hit 200 subs, because now I have a better challenge for you fucks. For all of you fucks that, you know, want to get me to 200 subscribers to have me play Dragon Age the Veilguard. No, better challenge. Get me to 200 subscribers, and I will read one of Harman's books all in one take. There you fucking go.
Chicks, better players, better customers. And here she is, like, making a video.
Better players, better customers. Yeah, no, since you exist, no, Nintendo does not have better players or customers. And not to mention, most of their customers most of Nintendo's players need to be handheld anyway.
Like, oh, please, Nintendo, please, give me money. Like,
she is not asking for Nintendo to give money.
Publicly on the internet, very peak millennial behavior, and I am not proud of it. But since almost 630,000 people watched that very public therapy.
Yeah, 600,000. So this is the real reason.
Yeah, that's because a lot of people probably agreed with her with the fact that, you know, that Nintendo is a fucking shitty corporation. Shittier than Microsoft, definitely shittier than Sony. Like, holy fuck.
Reason she's making this video. The real reason she's like trying to do this again, it's for the views. Okay?
No, it's not for the views. It's because she's learned something that you just apparently fucking learned about today.
Not because anything really happened, because nothing has. Not because like...
Oh, ironic. So ironic. Anyway,
like Nintendo's like really alienated her or antagonized her or did anything ridiculous. Like the reason she's making these videos.
The reason she's making these videos is because Nintendo actually sucks balls. And has been sucking balls for, hell, this entire, basically since Power World became a thing. Hell, even during this console generation, like nearing the back half of this console generation, I do believe Nintendo's been sucking now. Ooh. Oh, I just realized something.
Is because she's getting views for it.
No, it's not because she's getting views for it. You do your hate because you get views for it. Like, if I were to continue farming your ass or any other fanboy's ass, yeah, I would be getting a shit ton of views because, well, I know salt content works, but guess what? I am not doing that because of the fact that I am a regular human fucking being.
And I do think that is why you shouldn't take them seriously. Because this isn't genuine. This isn't like her actual.
This is genuine, and I can tell that this is her actual opinion, you dumb fuck.
Opinion. Like, because she's going to keep playing Nintendo consoles the way she always has.
No, she's not going to keep playing Nintendo consoles. She's probably going to be playing older Nintendo stuff like the DS, 3DS, Wii, but she's not going to be playing the Switch or Switch 2. You, however, are... Oof. Ooh. I'm about to crash out, but no, I want you to crash out.
No, like, she is grifting for views because she knows this is what gets people to watch her mediocre content. Actually, I don't even know her.
Imagine having mediocre content and shitty quote-unquote books while other people just back to thought. Imagine having actually making shitty rage baity content and also having fucking terrible quote-unquote books. And you're calling somebody else's content mediocre. Like, my content is 1,000 times better than yours, Harman.
Her YouTube channel name, and I'm not bothering to learn it because I'm never watching any of her content.
Well, excuse a fucking me. I bothered to learn your content and your fucking channel name because fuck you. I am pettier than you, bitch.
Videos again.
Session. I figured that I would do a follow-up, kind of like those Where Are They Now reality show segments, except it is just...
It's 3 months! It's been 3 months!
Yeah, it's been 3 months and Nintendo's still fucking up, you dumb fuck.
Like, you're grifting for views! You're trying to get more subs and attention!
Me and my increasingly complicated feelings about a gaming company. In my first video, I talked about how they had been weaponizing our nostalgia, turning childhood memories into soulless business models. I touched on...
Yeah, they have. I actually agree with this lady.
The Gary Bowser piece, the creator takedowns, the $80...
My guy, how are you missing the pause button? How?
Mario Kart.
What is she talking about? Like, weaponizing our nostalgia?
Yes, Nintendo's been weaponizing our nostalgia. Also, Harman, by the way, I see that channel name, and guess what? I'm going to look up her YouTube channel right fucking now. Might as well do it live. Let's do it live, people. We're doing it fucking live. Fuck it, we're doing this live. Yes, I watch a VTuber. Don't shit on me. Anyway, oh, fuck me. I have a lot of shit. Background NPC. No, fuck you, Asmon. No. The background NPC. Fucker. Background gaming, no. Shit. Holy shit. This is hard, ain't it? This is very hard trying to find somebody's fucking YouTube channel, ain't it? What the fuck? Yes, I'm doing this live. Y'all are watching me. There we go. Voila. Subbed. Oh, wow, you're talking about the Roblox itch. I am not. Anyway, moving on.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about being a fan of the brand? They're weaponizing our nostalgia. What do you?
Yeah, they're weaponizing our nostalgia. Like fucking Pokemon Legends ZA is my fucking nostalgia because I've played X and Y. They are bringing back Mega Evolutions to get people from my generation of Pokemon gamers, back into into the franchise. And guess what? I am not going to buy a Switch 2, and I am not going to fucking buy Pokemon Legends ZA for the express purpose that they are weaponizing our fucking nostalgia. I have seen somebody playing a Switch 2 on a flight to Colorado because I went on vacation in Colorado to 3-day vacation, got to see Metallica. Fuck yeah. But still, they are absolutely weaponizing our nostalgia. God damn, Harman.
What are you talking about? They put out new games. They evolve.
No, they don't fucking evolve, and they rarely put out new games. And not to mention, guess what? These fuckers are stupid.
They grow. What are you talking about?
Nintendo does not grow.
You're acting as if like all they do is just remaster like old content. Like
they've partially remastered old content. They've made sequels. They're still weaponizing our nostalgia because of the fact that you can play N64 games, and I want to say NES games on the Switch too. So yeah, your nostalgia's getting weaponized there.
Like they're Toys for Bob or something like that. Like, what do you mean weaponizing our nostalgia? That doesn't make any sense.
Pricing all of it, and I said I wasn't buying a Switch 2, which again, like I said in my first video.
What's wrong, Harman? Can't take the fact that somebody is buying your oh so wonderful Switch 2. Wow.
If you did buy one and you are having fun with it, I genuinely am happy for you. But based on everything that has happened since launch, I feel pretty good with my decision. Because since then, Nintendo...
Yeah, I also feel pretty good with my decision. Oh, hey, Power.
Essentially scoffed at my breakup video.
Okay. How long until she gets a Switch 2? Like, realistically...
Oh, wah, Harman, wah. She probably has a PC. She probably even has a PlayStation or an Xbox.
It's probably gonna be about a year. Honestly, it's gonna be another video she does.
No, she's probably never going to buy one, as she said, because here's the thing. When I say I'm never buying a console or anything like that, I am not. Like, if I say I'm not buying a console or anything, I genuinely mean it. And she seems like she genuinely does mean that she'll never buy a Switch 2.
Where she's just like, oh, I decided to get a Switch. Like, it's going to happen at some point.
You know what they say about assumption, Harman? You make an ass out of you and me.
Nobody's buying this shit. I hate how she tries to do this faux, like, pleasant, like, oh, I'm such a warm, inviting, like, no, it's transparent, it's fake. You can see it in her smile. You can see it in her eyes.
My guy, I can see it in your eyes that you really do enjoy fucking that Pikachu plush. Anyway, get that.
She is doing it for the camera. She's a nasty, mean-spirited person who probably hates children. But anyway.
Oh, and you are the proprietor of children. Yeah. From what I've heard with a bunch of your oh so wonderful books, in massive quotation marks, that you have pedo shit. So yes, I am very much not looking forward to doing a straight fucking marathon of one of your books.
And has decided to just speed run every possible way to prove my prior points.
Nope.
With patent wars
Yeah.
escalating, USB ports getting encrypted, Brazil.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're
Go on.
this thing is selling record numbers. Okay.
Yeah, but also people really aren't happy with Nintendo, especially with the user license agreement where you can't do a class action lawsuit. If someone were to, let's say, have their system bricked.
Your little boycott, your little I'm not buying a Switch 2 thing completely falls flat on its face.
A lot of people aren't buying a Switch 2 because Nintendo sucks.
Threatening to sue them and raising
Brazil.
prices on 7-year-old consoles. Here we
Yep.
are. So 3 months later, let me tell you where I'm at. After all this time.
So, okay. Raising prices on old consoles. I don't know. Like everybody else in the industry, like
Harman. So, what? Everybody was expecting Nintendo not to raise the prices on old console. And PlayStation only raised the prices on the current PS5. On the PS5, on top, and not to mention Microsoft raised the price for the Xbox Series X and S. Nintendo's raising the price on both the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. You goddamn bumblefuck.
What is she talking about? Like, these people keep doing this thing where they act as if it's like some anomaly that, oh, Nintendo raised their...
Yeah, because if Nintendo didn't, they would be proving to be consumer friendly. But no, Nintendo is not.
Prices for the Switch 1. Like, yeah. So did Sony with the PS5. So did Microsoft with the Xbox One. Like, this...
Microsoft did not raise the price of the Xbox One, you fucking idiot.
Series X, excuse me. Like, this isn't some isolated incident. It's not something that only Nintendo did. I don't understand the inability of these people to process basic reality. Like, I don't.
Ironic. That's all I have to say. Ironic.
Nobody cares. Nobody is looking at like a Switch 1 price point. Oh, I'm not gonna buy that. It's $30 more than it was a couple of years ago. Like, nobody cares. Okay. You're just gonna not buy it at all, or just buy a Switch 2. It's a complete...
No, I'm just not going to buy it at all. And in fact, I'll probably buy a refurbished Nintendo 3DS just to say fuck you, Harman. And fuck you, Nintendo.
Non-issue.
Did I stick to my guns? Did I stay strong in the face of Donkey Kong temptation? Well, yeah, Nintendo has made my decision pretty easy, so let's break down exactly how. The Power World thing is kind of old news at this point. Actually,
yeah, so old that everybody...
Yeah, the Power World thing is old news, but Harman...
Everybody agrees that they're gonna lose the lawsuit. You are beating a dead horse.
Oh, that crash out. Hey, Harman, guess what? You also are beating a dead horse. And so is Nintendo with this lawsuit.
Like, the simple fact of the matter is, you're not talking about the console or what Nintendo is actually doing, the games they put out, the games that third parties have put out, you know, the upcoming Nintendo Direct. You are complaining about lawsuits. You are complaining about...
Yes. Oh, man. Such exquisite salt. more.
Pricing differences between different regions. You are complaining about Power World, a knockoff product that nobody cares about.
Oh, people do care about Power World, and not to mention, you are so salty. I love it. Oh man, a little more, please.
Out anymore, or ever did, rather. Like, you are completely out of touch.
It's coming up on its year.
So are you, Harman. So are you.
Anniversary, I'm pretty sure. Nintendo sued them, forced changes to mechanics that people love. But they're happy.
No, Nintendo's not based for that.
Been some very interesting developments lately.
No.
A new hand touches the beacon.
No.
Yes.
Nobody cares about these, like, Power World knockoffs, right?
Oh, but Harman, here's the thing. It exposes Nintendo's hypocrisy. That it's only for Nintendo. That Nintendo only has a hard-on for hating on Power World, not its knockoffs.
They didn't do what Power World did. You know, these games, like, they are... The fact that people have to, like, keep bringing in other games into the equation really just goes to show you just how little of they have to stand on. Because, like, if Nintendo...
You also have little to stand on, but... Oh, man, I'm loving this. I am loving this. Oh, so wonderful. Salt. Give me more.
really was going after indie games for just resembling Pokemon.
Ooh, I don't want to talk about the current thing. I don't want to talk about the current thing until it comes up. Not yet. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh.
Or being inspired by it or whatever, you would see lawsuits be filed a lot more frequently. The reality is,
yeah, because Nintendo doesn't care about these two because of the fact that, guess what? They're on its Switch 2. They are only caring about Power World because Power World is not on the Switch 1 or Switch 2.
They went after Power World because they brazenly stole a lot of
No, they went after Power World because Power World actually gained traction, and guess what? Actually provided Nintendo competition. Anyway.
Assets and mechanics that are...
They did take Pokemon assets. Mechanics, though, if you're referring to the catching whatever mechanic, that's been a mechanic since plenty of other games. And not to mention, if Nintendo really had a problem with the whole catching a X creature mechanic, then they would also be going after the developers of Ark Survival Evolved.
Specific to Pokemon. Like, it was something that they could sue over, and it is something.
It was not something they could sue over. They decided to file a patent and be like, oh yeah, by the way, this is infringing on our patent, and Pocket Pair decided, oh yeah, fuck it, we'll change the mechanic. And now Pokemon has done something very egregious that I'm looking forward to talking about later after making this video, and not to mention something that she will also be bringing up, hopefully. I think so, from what I heard with Death Shadow. Anyway,
that they are going to win. The simple fact of the matter is, like, people like this have no idea what's happening. They have no idea why...
You have no idea what's happening either, you dumb fuck.
Power World is being sued. They have no idea, like, why things have developed the way they did. Like, this is just a grift, essentially.
2 more companies recently dropped their version of creature collector games, and
nobody cares.
To be real with you,
Yeah, we care because of the fact that Nintendo has decided to just turn a blind eye to those, but not to Power World, because Power World actually gained traction.
I am fascinated and terrified in equal measure. Hoyoverse, the people who make so much freaking money from Genshin Impact, just showed off Honkai.
Oh, yeah, Genshin Impact, yeah. The game that no one talks about outside...
No, people do talk about Genshin, because the Hoyoverse games are very popular from what I've heard.
Of how much money it makes. Yeah, I'm sure that's a completely legitimate thing, like just like Black Myth Wukong, you know?
Wow. Wow, so salty.
I'm sure Genshin Impact is a real viable IP that has real momentum behind it, and it isn't just...
It does, because Genshin has a massive fan base, and not to mention Hoyoverse. It coincidentally also has a massive fan base because of Genshin.
A CCP project to try and make its way into the video game industry. Like, nobody cares about Genshin Impact. Nobody...
People do care about Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse. You are just stupid.
Plays Genshin Impact. It is not a...
Hold on. Impact player count. Alrighty. Live player statistics. Let's see. Right now, daily players 3.6 million daily players, 24 million plus players, and right now you have 321,000 live players at this very moment. Yeah, nobody plays Genshin, my ass. Shit. Yeah, shit. Why are things fucking up? No, things are fucking up. No. No. God damn it, no. 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 God damn you, Google.
A big gaming IP. It has no real, genuine momentum about it. I never hear about it.
It has genuine momentum.
Ever. Until some YouTuber tries it.
No, I hear about it on occasion in Discord servers. So yes, or well, Hoyoverse in general, but yes, Genshin is much more popular than whatever the fuck you do.
Tries to tell you that, like, I don't have a Genshin Impact sponsorship, but did you know that it's really big? Like, the reality is...
Well, people get sponsored by more than Genshin Impact. Like, I'll say this. If I were to ever get sponsored by Blizzard to talk about World of Warcraft, I will say it. If I get sponsored by EA to talk about Star Wars The Old Republic, I'll say it. People admit when they are sponsored.
You never hear anything about Genshin Impact except how much money it's supposedly making. And guess what?
It's making a shit ton of money.
What, China? That is not something I'm interested in about video games. So you can just take your Genshin Impacts and your, like, Star Rails and your, like, Nikes or whatever and just throw them in the fucking trash. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see other people talking about it. You know, it's not going to be a thing.
Oh!
And,
oh, so salty. I love it. Oh!
That's been kind of a reoccurring thing with this Power World scenario because we saw people say this was going to be as big as Pokemon, this was going to be bigger than Pokemon, this was going to be a new cultural phenomenon, and like a year later, nobody is talking about it outside of the lawsuit that they initially denied was ever going to be filed.
No, we actively are denying that Nintendo is going to win, and with the current thing that Nintendo did, it's even scummier.
These people are delusional about what they expect.
So are you. You're also delusional.
Is going to happen with these products. They really think Pokemon is under threat from these companies. And the reality is, like, you are not going to topple what Pokemon.
Take another shot if you heard the reality is. No, don't really, because you will probably die of alcohol poisoning.
Does. Like, the reality is, it is pretty much impossible to do, especially with this kind of like microtransaction heavy laden just format. Like it just is never going to work.
This anima, which, yes, I agree that it rolls off the tongue very nicely. Putting the name aside, it is everything that you would want in a creature collector. But here's the thing. I could not just sit back and enjoy the trailer like a normal person. Instead, I was sitting there with my little legal analysis hat on thinking, all right.
You're not a lawyer. You're
Neither are you.
Legal analysis isn't worth shit.
Oh,
Actually.
Oh, man. Oh. Harman, keep being salty. Feed me more of this lovely salt.
Like, let's repeat that. Like, these lawyers on YouTube, first of all, they're not practicing. They don't handle corporate law. They don't handle.
Oh, let's see here. You have Law by Mike, who is helping Schlepp sue the ever-loving shit out of Roblox. Like, all these lawyers on YouTube either provide legal tips, do legal shit, like, talk about legal shit, or, in the case of Law by Mike, actually help people by, practicing law.
Patent law, and they don't work in the Japanese gaming industry.
Well, the Japanese gaming industry right now is about to affect all of the gaming industry, considering what Nintendo has done. But I will talk about that soon.
So the people you see on YouTube, like the Nick Ricadas and like the Law2 people, like they don't know shit either, okay?
The Law2 people actually are professional lawyers. Unlike you, who doesn't actually know shit.
So, like, I'm going one step further, like, beyond saying you don't know shit about law, and I'm going to go out and say that LawTube doesn't know shit about law. And
LawTube knows more shit about law than you fuck. The most you know is how to get away with being a pedo. What? Okay. Calm thyself. Calm thyself.
I should know that better than anyone, but anyway.
No. You don't know law better than anyone. I know the law better than you.
On the creature, that's probably fine. You mount it, I don't know. That's definitely in Nintendo's patent. You can fly on it? Yeah, it's getting a lawsuit. And it was like watching a beautiful car drive straight towards a cliff. And then there's Animo. And honestly, this one has me even more intrigued. From what I've seen, they're taking a slightly different approach. It's going to have more survival elements, more customization, and what looks like a very robust creature evolution system.
I forget that I have somebody doing some yard work outside. Jesus, I hear that fucking leaf blower.
And I will not lie. It looks like the kind of game that I would lose entire weekends to, and probably a lot of money to, so I am really hoping that it is not riddled with predatory microtransactions, because my self-control could use some work when it comes to cute digital pets. But watching both of these...
You know what? She's raised some pretty valid points.
Reveals recently, I had this moment where I realized how messed up the situation has become. Here are two totally different companies, one with massive resources, one very clearly passionate about their project, showing off mechanics that look incredible, innovative, fun, and instead of being able to just be excited about it, I was sitting here playing patent lawyer bingo. And it's wild because for years...
Yeah, because patent lawyer bingo is actually very fun, especially when it comes to dealing with Nintendo. Yay!
So, like, that's my thing about this. Like, the only reason anybody is talking about these games is that they're trying to, like, keep the Power World lawsuit relevant. They're trying to keep...
No.
Like, this game like in the public sphere. Like there was no lawsuit lobbied against these games. There has been no accusation of plagiarism.
Not yet, because the games haven't been released. And not to mention, as soon as they do get released and Nintendo realizes that it becomes that the games are becoming popular, your daddy Nintendo is going to get sue happy again.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't I haven't watched the trailers myself, but like looking at them, they don't really seem that like as they don't really seem as if they plagiarized Pokemon the way Power World did. So like I don't really imagine we'll see a lawsuit for this, but like the fact of the matter is
we will be seeing a lawsuit from this because Nintendo is infamously known for being lawsuit happy. Hold on, I'm doing something in Gara's server. Fuck you, autocorrect. Anyway.
The fact that you have these people insisting that like the lawsuit's totally gonna come down, bro, like it's
yeah, the lawsuit will come down as soon as the games are seen as a fucking considering that Nintendo's been lawsuit happy with Power World, and not to mention they just doubled down on patenting basic game mechanics. Oops, I just talked about it. Oopsies. I'm looking forward to talking about this patent.
Not, unless they straight up like blatantly rip off Pokemon the way Power World did, it's not going to happen.
Neither Power World nor these games have ripped off Pokemon. Pokemon has just been very, very much. They've been sue happy, and they basically just fucking made another patent of basic game mechanics.
Is literally years. Everyone has been saying Pokemon needs real competition.
No, it doesn't.
Needs to be.
Yes, Pokemon does need real competition.
What are you talking about? It's had
Pokemon needs real competition.
Competition since its inception. Digimon, Yokai Watch. What do you like? It didn't start as the biggest franchise in the world. Okay.
No, it didn't, but Pokemon really does need some serious competition outside of Digimon. And not to mention, Yokai Watch has been abandoned basically by Nintendo because, let's be honest, Yokai Watch has been Nintendo exclusive. But Pokemon itself needs some serious competition, which is why Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair. Because Power World provided that serious competition.
What are you talking about? It needs competition.
Yeah, it needs serious competition.
Bitch, like everything else in the...
Wow. Oh my. Calling her a bitch. Ooh, so delicious.
The world is its competition. Everything else lost because it wasn't as good as Pokemon.
No, Digimon still exists. Yokai Watch only underperformed because it was Nintendo exclusive. But Digimon still exists and just develops its games. And not to mention, the only real competition Pokemon had was Power World.
It has nothing to do with this idea that Pokemon is this untouchable brand. It's just,
well, it's because of the fact that Pokemon's been stagnant over the Pokemon on as a brand and as a game franchise has been stagnant. Like the 3DS era was the last good era, in my opinion, of Pokemon games. Like the Fossil Fighters games are better Pokemon-esque games than Pokemon.
That good of a just that popular, it's not like some magic. Like it was just better than all of its competition and built its
Yeah, well, Pokemon started to lose that betterness in quotations marks. Anyway,
brand up exceedingly well beyond people don't talk enough about how good Pokemon's brand synergy is. They were able to like build up the video games, the anime, and the TCG in like a
yeah, well, here's the thing. You don't just need a anime, TCG, or video games when it comes to certain things. Like, look at Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons has mainly remained strictly tabletop. And, well, it is incredibly successful.
very relatively short time span. And I grew up, seeing people like rage against all three of those formats,
I don't know. Are you sure? That's some grade A cap.
calling them like really shit, like saying they were all terrible. In reality, like they were being played by millions of people, It's just like her cope, like that there's no competition just isn't true.
Your cope, on the other hand, is that Pokemon doesn't need any competition.
Because you can go to the store right now. You can see Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards. You can see Digimon trading cards. What's sold out? The Pokemon cards. Because they have spent the past 30 years building up their brand where they can do that.
We saw what happened with Palworld. It lit a fire underneath the whole genre. People got excited about.
Yeah, it did light a fire under Pokemon. It did. And that is when... Yeah, it did light a fire under Pokemon. And that is when... And Nintendo decided, okay, we're going to patent mounting. And now they're patenting something else that... Fucking hell.
Creature collectors again. And apparently what has happened to Palworld has...
Creature collector? What is she talking about? Like, Palworld is like... it's like a survival crafting game. It ripped off Ark as well as Pokemon. Like,
why are you saying they ripped off Ark? I'd say that's more, once again, inspiration from Ark.
It took Pokemon characters and applied them into this like generic survival game. It's not really the same genre, which is like kind of why, like, which is the core argument that like people have when saying it didn't plagiarize Pokemon, but they ripped off like Pokemon models, they ripped off like Legends Arceus mechanics and like slapped them into like this TPS survival crafter game. Like it's not like.
Oh my God, Harman, you sound. Oh, my corn's blood-soaked balls. Harman, you sound like a fucking teenage girl. Specifically from my generation. The overusage of like. Jesus.
Whatever.
Not deter these other developers. And honestly... good for them. Now we are finally getting companies with actual resources willing to try something in that space. Hoyoverse has that we can fight Nintendo in court and not even notice the legal fees type money. They have international reach, experienced legal teams, and a track record of taking on established giants. If Nintendo does decide to go after them, it would definitely be a very different kind of legal battle than the Palworld situation.
Yeah, because Pocket Pair is an indie dev, while Hoyoverse would potentially be able to fight back. Kind of like if Nintendo, with this whole patent situation, decides, okay, fuck it, I'm going to go after, I don't know, Microsoft. Microsoft would be able to fuck them over. Anyway. Oh, what's wrong? Couldn't find a fucking rebuttal? Wah.
The expert Florian Mueller looked at the Hoyoverse game and said that it clearly infringes on Nintendo's newly revised patent. You know, the one that they ended up changing like mid-trial during the Palworld case. The one that now covers basically any rideable flying creatures in games, which is just...
Once again, with games like WoW, you already have flying available.
It's dumb. It's very dumb that we're at a point where riding a fictional animal is somehow patentable, but I digress.
Yeah, riding a fictional animal like, I don't know, a dragon, a wyvern, a Pokemon is patentable. It's just fucking stupid, in my opinion.
Because here is what is different this time. If Nintendo does try to enforce this against Hoyoverse, we might actually get some clarity on what...
Yeah.
So Nintendo has not filed a lawsuit. They haven't done anything, and yet
they have yet to file a lawsuit because the game hasn't come out yet, and not to mention it hasn't gotten any traction. Anyway.
She's making a video like seated. Like, this isn't about like her views on the Switch 2 or anything else. Like, she just wants to grift off of the Palworld thing.
No, it's not her wanting to grift off the Palworld thing. It's more or less that she is showing her views of basically Nintendo being stupid as shit.
Because she thinks it's gonna get her money and attention, and it's just not. It's just not. You are a soy face chick.
Not these patents.
Oh, why are you saying soy-based, Because you're a little bitch. Because you're a little overly conservative bitch. Seriously, I don't give a shit about politics, but I will say this. Harman just lets his politics take over, let's be honest.
That can't afford to fight back. Part of me is almost hoping that they do try, because it would be really nice to see Nintendo get a taste of their own medicine. But patents are just the beginning.
I love how these people think.
Yeah, patents are just the beginning.
That, like, Nintendo's gonna lose a lawsuit against these companies. Like, oh man, Nintendo, you're gonna lose. Like, bro, they took on Universal in like the 80s and won over the...
Yeah, no, Nintendo is fucked. Yeah, no, Nintendo is fucked if they actually do something like, I don't know, suing... Like, I don't know, suing Hoyoverse, suing Microsoft or Sony because of the fact that somebody somewhere, because of the fact that certain games happen to unfortunately infringe on fucking Nintendo's patents.
The Donkey Kong thing, okay? Like, over the Kong license. Like, I think they're gonna be fine.
Nintendo looked at that situation and thought, you know what? We are not controlling enough things yet. For a quick recap, Nintendo's terms allow them to permanently brick or switch to hardware if they...
The fuck you mean based? It's not. It just removes ownership of the Nintendo Switch 2 from you.
Have decided that you violated their rules. This got so bad...
Yeah, their rules! The fact that you're not allowed to steal software!
Oh my god, Harman, you are crashing the fuck out, and I'm loving it.
Where? Like, what is so confusing about this? Again, like, this is why I hate this broad and her just like...
Wow, showing your sexism? So wonderful. I, for one, like her, because if you hate her, I don't.
Like, the way she presents things is that, like, she really does act as if, like, these articles and like these random YouTube like lawsuit people are like reliable sources of information.
Yeah, you have. Well, they're better. Well, they're more reliable than your ass.
When they just aren't. Like that's the important thing you have to keep in mind when looking at these articles or seeing these videos, is that none of these people know what they're talking about. All they're trying to do is get views by like going after Nintendo.
Harman, they're much more reliable than you fuck.
That's it. That's like the root cause of it. This isn't a real, genuine legal analysis. This isn't coming from an expert. This isn't coming from someone who knows what he's talking about. Like, these people are just repeating what everyone else is saying with no real like understanding of what the issue actually is.
And the same goes to you.
Like, I think these guys are going to be shocked when Power World loses the lawsuit and Power World gets completely shut down.
To release that, Brazil's Consumer Protection Agency called this abusive and gave them 20 days to rewrite it or face a lawsuit, which, Brazil, you have been crickets at this point, so I feel like you might have just been blowing hot air. But here is the fresh nightmare and something that I just learned about from a Linus Tech Tips video the other day. They actually encrypted the Switch to USB-C port. Yes. Nintendo took a universal standard port and added encryption specifically to lock out most third-party accessories, claiming piracy.
It's not based. Because if you lock out most third-party accessories like replacement charger cords, you are once again, this is very anti-consumer from Nintendo, because if you lock out basically charging cords for people to be able to charge their Nintendo Switch 2, it's just, oh my god.
Protection or whatever it is that they
always
say.
Based.
Now, I have been using third-party docks for my original Switch for years because Nintendo's original dock.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this. She does look pretty. That's my southernism coming out, but still, she does look attractive.
Scratched my screen, and honestly, it's just not that great to use. So when I heard that they encrypted the new port to prevent that, my mind was kind of just blown a little bit. Companies like JSaw and other third-party manufacturers have had to pause production on Switch 2 products because Nintendo's encryption just breaks their stuff. Nintendo looked at a universal standard and said...
Doesn't Apple...
Yeah, Nintendo looks at a universal standard.
Do that too?
No, Apple does not do that. I have a iPhone looking here... Because I know I own an iPhone. Hold on. I own a iPhone 14. And I used third-party, non-Apple, well, quote-unquote third-party, but still. I use non-Apple products for my phone charger. And my phone's charging port is not encrypted, and it does charge with these fucking basically non-Apple cords.
Like, I'm pretty sure Apple doesn't let you use third-party chargers or the...
No, Apple does, you dumb fuck.
Like, I'm not an expert on this kind of thing because it really doesn't matter, but like...
It does matter, especially if you're not able to charge your device like a phone, or in the case of this, a Switch 2.
Like, I mean, if you're complaining about, like, charge ports and not being able to use third-party hardware, like, I don't care, okay? Like, you need to...
Then you're like Nintendo, anti-consumer. Ooh, wow, I'm halfway through. Fun.
Stop. You are embarrassing yourself. Like, this isn't something that anybody cares about.
Actually, no. That's not universal anymore. Only our approved accessories work. Like, just think about that for a second. It is your $450 console that you bought and paid for, but Nintendo gets to decide what cables you can plug into it.
Yeah.
Even though it's USB-C, and that is supposed to be, for the most part, universal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be universal.
What is she talking about? Like, what is she talking about? Like, it's just... Like, it's supposed to be universal. Like,
yeah, because charging, in my opinion, chargers, and I'm assuming her opinion too. I know, hypocritical, but still, in my opinion, and I'm hoping in her opinion, that chargers are supposed to be universal. Like, charging ports are supposed to be universal. They're supposed to accept whatever charger goes in. Your device is not supposed to brick just because of a charger.
I have never used third-party cables in my life. Actually, no, I do. I did own one for the N64, but that was for a really weird reason. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. But like, yeah, the first-party stuff is higher quality. It lasts
Higher quality, my ass. Still.
Longer, like, why wouldn't you use that? Like, the whole cope she has about like it scratched my screen didn't happen. Like, I don't believe that for a second.
This really is the greed they talk about in the Bible. This is not about preventing
in the Bible.
This is about
This is basically the greed in the Bible. I wouldn't necessarily say Dante's Inferno greed, but definitely I'd say this is the greed. This is Nintendo proving why they are greedy as fuck.
About Nintendo deciding that even something as basic as what Doc.
So God himself condemns Nintendo.
Well, technically speaking, God himself doesn't condemn Nintendo. He condemns the greed Nintendo is showing.
It's in the book of PlayStation, the book of YouTube, right? 313, like, Nintendo. They are the doom of gaming.
No, Harman. She's referring to the blatant greed of Nintendo that is more or less actually a fucking... This is biblically levels of greed, in my opinion. God damn, I feel my brain cells dying because of Harman.
If we are to keep gaming a free space, we must destroy Nintendo. It is the work of...
No, if we are to keep gaming a actual good space that it has been, sort of, we need Nintendo to stop doing this horse shit.
Of Satan, like Jesus talked about this,
Jesus did not talk about this, you fucker. She just made a analogy to the Bible. Anyway.
Like, this is the real reason the Jews killed him, is because he was speaking out against Nintendo. Like, holy fuck.
Harman, you take things way too literally. This is why we all hate you.
You prefer should always go through them first. And if you bypass their encryption, well, refer back to that whole console bricking thing. Now let's talk about what happened to those affordable options Doug Bowser mentioned when the Switch 2 first launched. You remember that too, right? When he suggested people could just stick with the original Switch if the new...
Oh yeah. So pro-consumer. Just buy a Switch 2.
Yeah, you can't. Like, that's the thing, like, you don't... Like, this is the thing a lot of these people don't understand, is that the Switch 1 is still very, very relevant. Like, most of the games that are coming out in the next year or so are also available on Switch 1. There are a handful of exclusives, Bonanza, Air Riders, Mario Kart World, but, like, Prime 4 is on Switch 1, or Legends Arceus is on Switch 1, right? You don't have to upgrade right away if you really don't want to. Like, this entire cope is just completely out of touch with, like, reality. Like, this idea that, like this is some unreasonable thing to say. Like, it's like the Don Matrick thing. It's just, no. Like, Don Matrick said that in regards to, like, the always online policies. It really wasn't the same argument at all. It was always just an insane cope that they tried to make that comparison, and, like, they really need to fuck off with this bullshit. It is disgusting.
One was too pricey. Well, about
That's
that.
wonderful.
For the first time in industry history, Nintendo raised prices on their old models. The basic Switch jumped from $299 to $339, and the OLED went from $349 to $399. So now the budget option is only $50 less than the Switch 2. And the excuse that they gave us were tariffs and market conditions. And
no, it's because Nintendo's greedy as fuck.
to be fair, they were not alone in this decision. Sony and Microsoft did the exact same thing. But here's what really gets me though. The original Switch has been using the same 7-year-old components that were not even cutting edge when they first launched. And with the economics of scale from being one of the best-selling consoles in history, theoretically, Nintendo's production costs should have gone down, not up. But now the budget option that Bowser recommended costs more than I originally paid for the premium model 7 years ago. And while they've raised prices on the old hardware, we cannot forget that they also set the new gold standard for game pricing with that $80 Mario Kart World. While Nintendo is out here patent trolling flying creatures.
Yep. Man, I really want to tag her in the title of this video. I really do. Just so I could be like, yo, ma'am, look at this shit. I'm talking shit about this fucker. Mostly because I want to. I call myself a professional shit talker, and ooh, yay, I could potentially do such a tagging. Anyway.
And
they set Grand Theft Auto 6, they pretty much already came out and said they were going to raise game prices. Everybody in the industry said they were going to raise game prices the next generation. You know,
oh, please. I'm hoping beyond hope that with the representation that Silksong did, because it scared AAA developers. I'll say that. It's like, I am hoping beyond hope that Microsoft, Sony, and whatever start fucking... Actually, no. What I'm hoping is that GTA 6 causes a crash in the gaming industry, just so people can... because people are already starting to realize that indies and AA's are better. I will say this, yes, I'm an avid WoW player, but that's not because I support AAA gaming, but it's because I just love WoW. Anyway.
I didn't hear a peep out of these people when Sony and Microsoft raised the game price to $70 this generation. But somehow Nintendo is we talk shit about Nintendo raising game prices to... well, fucking Sony and Microsoft raising game prices to $70. It's just the fact that we have not even gotten used to $70 being the baseline. And Nintendo already done set at a precedent for $80 with Mario Kart World. Evil because of Mario Kart World. No, fuck off with that bullshit. You can fuck right off. I don't want to hear it. Get a job, you bum.
USB
Ironic, you get a job, man.
ports and charging $80 for Mario Kart. Other companies are showing us what the alternative looks like. I would love to take a quick second to congratulate Team Cherry on their launch of Hollow Knight Silksong, which
Silksong is shit.
Oh, hold on.
Congratulate Team Cherry on...
Yeah, congratulations, Team Cherry, for crashing Steam, the PlayStation Store, the Xbox storefront, and the Nintendo store eShop. Anyway,
their launch of Hollow Knight Silksong, which
Silksong is shit. It took...
Oh, that's salt. I'm gonna fucking get hard over this, aren't I?
8 years to make. It's not worth the $20. Like,
keep coping. Keep on coping, Harman. Oh, man. You know, I haven't even played Hollow Knight, and even I understand that Silksong crashing the game, that the reason why Silksong is so anticipated. It took 8 years to make, from being just a DLC into becoming a sequel to Hollow Knight itself.
Just throwing that out there, like, this game is just a lazy rehash of the original.
It's not a lazy rehash. It took 3 people to make this game with a box of code.
It is a DLC. There is no.
It was originally intended to be a DLC, but it turned into a proper game.
Nothing new, fresh, or exciting about it. It is a worse version of the original game. But anyway, again, this game was made by 3 people. Okay, you know what the equivalent for that is? The Nintendo game that just came out, Dragon Drive. Okay, a game that's better, a game that's more original, that has more going on. Dragon Drive is better than Silksong, and it was released at the same price point. Not a single person wants to talk about that. Not a single person wants to address that. Like, if you want to talk about pricing, you have to compare games at a similar price point.
Harman. One
of the most anticipated sequels in indie gaming in history. And what did they launch it at?
It is
$20. With the massive success of the first game, in my opinion, they probably could have charged $30 or even a little bit more for the sequel. Instead, they made the decision that $20 felt right for what they were delivering. That is trusting and respecting your audience base. That is saying that we believe our game is so good, there is zero reason to price hike it. And I've mentioned these at length at this point, but other games are doing this too. Baldur's Gate 3, Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. I fucking love Baldur's Gate 3. Hold on, let me check how many hours I have in BG3 real quick. Let me just check, because I know I played more games than Harman, but let's see here. Pulling up Steam on my phone. Baldur's Gate 3. Fuck, wait, hold on. Wrong area. Hold on. Here we go. BG3. I have 233.3 hours in BG3.
Lies of P, Clair Obscur, incredible.
What? Baldur's Gate 3 that launched on 60. That launched at 60. What is she talking about?
Let's see here. Did Baldur's Gate 3 launch at $60? I cannot remember. Did it? It did launch at $60 because $60 is still acceptable for AAA games. And you could have gotten it for $70 for the deluxe edition.
Like, more affordable? What is she talking about?
Incredible games with real creative vision launching at or below $60. These developers, some of them which are very small, are taking big risks and somehow still finding ways to be way more accessible than Nintendo's 17th Mario Kart. The contrast is just...
Yeah, because Nintendo is done with people are done with Nintendo's bullshit, and Nintendo doesn't have a creative bone in their body.
And what happened to Tango Gameworks? They went out of business.
Yeah, Tango Gameworks got closed down because Microsoft is stupid.
What happened to Larian?
Larian's still around, you dumb fuck. It's just the fact that they stopped basically working with Wizards of the Coast because Wizards of the Coast sucks.
They cut ties with Hasbro and...
Yeah, because Wizards of the Coast sucks, Harman. Jesus.
Have confirmed they're not producing Baldur's Gate 4.
Yeah, because Baldur's Gate 3 does not need a sequel. That is my opinion. That's probably a lot of other people's opinions. God damn, I am enjoying this crash out though.
What? Expedition 33 has already been forgotten. You know?
And here you are talking about it.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, these cheaper price points are viable. No, they're not. They really aren't. Outside of the YouTube grifter circle jerk.
Oh, so the circle jerk you're a part of?
Nobody is talking about or playing these games at all.
People still play Baldur's Gate 3, my guy. I am one of those people that would still play Baldur's Gate 3 if my temporary solution didn't already have Helldivers 2. Because managed democracy calls.
Mario Kart World is more successful than all.
No, it's not. The only reason why more people are playing Mario Kart World is because Mario Kart World comes free with the Switch 2. Well, came free with the Switch 2, but now it's going to be Legends ZA.
All of that combined. And that's just one game.
Really sad. Nintendo's first-party lineup for the rest of the year going into 2026 is looking pretty bare bones at this point, but they continue to spend.
Wow. I mean, it is because you only have ZA, Legends ZA.
You just praised Silk Song, you stupid bitch. That's it.
Yeah, because Silk Song is an indie title that is on all platforms, not just the Switch 2.
That's on Switch 2. So you're just gonna...
She's referring to Nintendo first-party lineup. Silk Song is third-party. Ya dum-dum. Ya ding-dong.
Ignore Silk Song, Daemon X Machina, like Shuten Order. You know, all these like big third-party games that have come out.
Yeah. She said first party, not third party.
In September, you're just going to ignore Mario Kart World, you know, one of the biggest releases of the year. You're going to ignore Donkey Kong Bonanza. You're going to ignore all of that.
Yeah, because Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza already came out. She's referring to their upcoming releases leading into 2026, aka only fucking Legends ZA.
The stuff that's coming out for the foreseeable future, and you were going to say that the release schedule is bare bones.
Yeah. Yeah, their first party release schedule is bare bones. What about it?
Cannot even keep up with all the games that are coming out. Okay, you don't own a Switch 2. Okay, you have no credibility to comment on the library. You have no means of evaluating what's coming out. You are a complete shill and a parasite. You do not know what you are talking about.
Oh, what's wrong,
like,
Harman,
it's barren for the rest of the year.
baby.
Like, I swear, if they do drop a Nintendo Direct this week, and, like, they do start talking about, like, some upcoming stuff, like, I hope, like, she starts getting pushed back for that. Because that...
she's probably not going to get pushed back. You will, though.
That is like the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard her say. That is just completely out of touch with reality. How are you going to praise Silk Song and then turn around and try and argue that like the Switch 2's library is anemic? Like,
yeah, she can praise a third-party game because Silk Song literally broke almost every single one of basically every single one of the major gaming marketplaces like the Xbox Store, Steam, the Nintendo eShop, etc.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, Silk Song's on the Switch too, you know?
And it's third party. She's referring to first party, which is very bare bones because you only have fucking Pokemon Legends ZA.
Like it just doesn't make it. Like again, this is the double standard you always see people talk about when it comes to like this kind of stuff. Is that like they complain about Nintendo not having third parties and that they only get it for first party stuff, but then like they don't really come out and acknowledge third party Switch games. Nintendo.
Yeah, because a lot of third party Switch games are either multi-plat or more than likely multi-platform.
Game is being viable and stuff that's like worthy of being talked about, even if they're like hyping it up on other platforms. You know, I guarantee you, when like Expedition 33 gets ported over, it 100% will. Like nobody's gonna care about that. Like when Hi-Fi Rush gets ported over, nobody's gonna care about that. You know why? Because they aren't as good as the other Nintendo games that are coming out.
Oh. Somebody want to chuck on your pacifier. Oh, God.
So much more energy and money on lawsuits rather than innovation, more time encrypting universal ports than creating games. And
yeah, they want to waste their time and money on doing stupid fucking patents and lawsuits and all that fun stuff and fucking encryption for charging ports and not actually innovating.
Then you have teams like Cherry, who have spent...
Is she really trying to argue that, like, Nintendo's developers are the same as their legal team?
No, she's saying that Nintendo is spending more or their money on, Nintendo's spending more of their money on suing and all that fun stuff and not, you know, actually innovating.
That, like, resources for game development are going towards like
if you're talking about money for resources for game development, then yeah.
Lawyers, like, does she think Shigeru Miyamoto goes into court and like plays real life Ace Attorney with like the Power World? No, that doesn't happen. Like that's not how this works.
The last 7 years working to make something incredible and trusting that the quality will speak for itself. So here is where I'm at 3 months after my very public Nintendo breakup. I don't regret it, not even a little bit. If anything, having this distance from them has given me more clarity because every patent...
You know what happened when like Tamashi Hiroka like took a break from Pokemon for like a decade? You know, because she'd like...
Why are you talking about Pokemon? Oh, fuck! Why are you talking about Pokemon? Also, good for you, man. Good for you, the background NPC. I am definitely tagging you in this video because... in the title of this video, because A, I want you to be exposed to the type of people that basically cover for Nintendo. And B, you know, we all just want to, and B, I hope you also get a good laugh out of this like I am.
Like spent her entire life playing it. She was like, you know, burned out on it. She had a YouTube channel on it. She was like, okay, like I need to take a step back. I want to do other things. And then she came back and it was like, yeah, I really enjoyed like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You know, that's basically what this is. And I do think this is
no. Anyway,
this is like the important thing to take away from this because like this is a real thing we all go through. Like, yeah, you should stop playing Nintendo sometimes. You should stop caring about Nintendo sometimes.
Right now you should cease caring about Nintendo in general because Nintendo just sucks at the moment.
Shouldn't obsess over everything they do near constantly and like be angry at the stuff they do. Like the reality is if you want to do something else, go ahead and do it. But like here's the thing is that like she really thinks she's making some kind of like point. She really thinks that like this is because like Nintendo is like not doing enough to like innovate or do things or like excite her, but in reality she's just kind of...
Well, Nintendo also is just being relatively sucky. So yeah,
kind of like doesn't want to play video games right now, which is a perfectly normal thing to feel. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but like every single time these people try and frame it as like something that Nintendo is doing wrong. when in reality it's entirely like their perspective and like what they want out of the company and what they're interested in. Like it's just they don't really have like the self-awareness to understand that like they're the problem and that pretty much everyone else like pretty heavily disagrees with.
No. Nintendo 100% is the problem. People like you, Harman, are also the problem.
Them about everything, and I think this is a really good video about this because this is supposedly why she's done with Nintendo, and yet she doesn't talk about anything they're doing. She doesn't talk about their games. She doesn't know anything about the hardware. She doesn't even own the hardware. I'm sure eventually she'll pick up a Switch 2, which will kind of like run contrary to this entire series of videos, but like. This is pathetic. This is like a woman child trying to justify like her temper tantrum. Like this is her sitting there and trying to act as if like she's some enlightened individual because I broke up with Nintendo. Like, bro, you came back 3 months later to make a video. Like you lost. Like you've already lost. You're obsessed. You're thinking about Nintendo constantly. You're like, I don't know, cuddling up to your like Pikachu plushie in.
Oh, is this projection?
Like your Pokemon themed bed, and you're just like.
Oh my God, he's projecting. Oh my God.
I wonder what Nintendo's doing right now.
Oh my God, this is such pure projection. Oh my God. Oh my God!
I wonder if they're losing the lawsuit yet.
Oh my God! This is such pure projection. I love it. Oh man!
I wonder if they're thinking about me at all. Like that's what this is.
Oh man! Such pure projection. I love it. I'm probably not going to have enough time to talk about the actual patent. Okay, cool.
Like, she is obsessed with this idea of, like, Nintendo failing because of her shitty video, and it's just not...
And you are obsessed of Nintendo, quote-unquote, beating the competition.
Realistic at all. It's not going to happen. The Switch 2 is not going to lose all momentum because of this broad and her stupid hot take. It's just
lawsuit development, every encrypted port, every console bricking, every price increase just reinforces that Nintendo has fundamentally lost the plot. And like I came to discover in my first video, this is not just corporate overreach or only anti-consumer behavior. It is systematic control over every aspect of how we interact with their products.
Never trust a YouTuber who uses terms.
Oh my God, Harman. Oh my God, Harman.
It's like anti-consumer. It's such a buzzword. I hate it.
Why? Because you know Daddy Nintendo is anti-consumer? You know that's the truth? Well, that's too damn bad!
And it has only gotten worse. And that girl who ugly cried at the Breath of the Wild trailer is still in here. Deep down in her heart, she still believes in that Nintendo magic. But she is also tired of watching a company choose control over creativity, litigation over innovation every time. And my hope is that Nintendo could change course tomorrow.
So how exactly?
Yeah, Nintendo could change course tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe.
Did like the lawsuits stop Donkey Kong Bonanza from being made? Like how exactly?
Well, the thing is, the lawsuit probably stopped Donkey Kong Bonanza from being as good as it was.
Exactly did them suing Power World stop them creating Mario Kart World? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't. Like she really is making this argument. I'm sure she doesn't mean this, but like this is the way it comes off. She's really making.
I'm sure she doesn't mean it. Oh, is that the Nintendo coming out? Is that the Nintendo coming out? Is that the little man baby coming out? This man baby want his bottle.
The argument that the legal team is responsible for making the games. which is so like unfathomably retarded that like I can't even wrap my mind around it. It's just unbelievable that someone could be so stupid
if they wanted to. And
I think the exact same thing wherever I watch your content, wherever I cover your wherever I see somebody cover your content or I cover your content myself, Harman. How can somebody be this unfathomably stupid?
I would want nothing more than to fall back in love with them fully. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but until they do, if they do, I am perfectly happy cheering for Hoyoverse, Palworld, Brazil,
Yeah.
and basically anyone else who is showing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What video game is Brazil gonna produce, you stupid whore?
Oh my god, he did. Oh my god. Harman. Well, at least we know you're. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Like that is like oh, I can't wait until Brazil
Yeah, I can't wait until Brazil actually sues Nintendo and, actually wins said lawsuit before being being anti-consumer.
produces their own video game console and they become bigger than Nintendo and like they take over the world. That's not gonna fucking happen. What is she talking about? She obsesses over Nintendo being obsessed with litigation, but like she's the one constantly bringing up the lawsuits because you don't really see Nintendo.
Yeah, because Nintendo's been lawsuit happy. You dumb git.
Themselves talk about it all that often, like because it's still ongoing, right? So, like she's the one constantly making videos about this. She's the one like talking about.
She's not constantly making videos about it. You dingbat.
This complaining about it like she's so out of touch.
Looks like. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. And what do you think? Are your friends and family as confused by your gaming company feelings as mine are? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, may your creature mounts be patent free and your USB ports be unencrypted. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.
I love her outro. Okay, yeah, no, I am definitely tagging her in this video. I need her to see this man-child.
Yeah, fuck Craig the Snake for recommending that, highlighting that video on Side Scrollers, by the way. Because that is, like, downright disgusting. So she is, like, legit ranting to her friends and family about how much she hates Nintendo and how she broke up with Nintendo and how she, like, doesn't care about Nintendo anymore. And they're just like, but you're talking about them all the time.
She's not talking
like
about
again. This is why you can't take these people seriously.
She doesn't talk about them all the time, unlike you.
Like I grew up, well, not really grew up, but like I read Sean Malmstrom's blog from like a fairly, fairly not fairly early on, but like 2010, 12, 11, 12ish. Discovered this blog somehow. I don't even remember how it happened, but like and it was just the most stereotypical like anti-Nintendo thing ever. The idea that NES boomers were like that Nintendo peaked with the NES, that they never got better after Mario 3. This is the same exact behavior coming from like a millennial soy-faced chick. Like this is.
Oh my god, he's so salty. I love it. Also, Harman, say it with me now. Fix your damn focus!
Like the same exact argument that Nintendo used to be better when I was a kid, like just transplant.
Yeah, they used to be fucking better at when I was a fucking child because they were so happy all the fucking time. Jesus Christ.
It on to like a completely different person who grew up in a completely different time in the company's history. It's almost like like these guys. These people, they can't handle growing up, and they can't handle their, like, changing feelings.
No, you can't handle growing up, you fuck.
About the company, and, like, they just kind of forced.
No, we're handling our changing feelings about Nintendo. They're all pretty negative. But you can't. But you can't seem to grow up.
This idea into thinking Nintendo, like, at one point became bad, when in reality they're...
Yeah, Nintendo decided... Yeah, because Nintendo keeps fucking around, and now and sooner or later, they're going to find out. Especially with this recent patent bullshit. Which, ooh boy, I am looking forward to talking about that. It's either going to be today or my first video tomorrow.
They're just, like... just completely obsessed with their weird, like, misconception of what Nintendo is. And I do think that's, like, a pretty reoccurring trend with a lot of these people. Like, just their obsessions with their version of what Nintendo should be. You know? And it's just... You see it all the time from these people, and it takes all kinds of different forms. But, like, it gets really tiresome, you know? Like, seeing people who straight up don't play the games... who insist that they will never, ever play the games, like, continue to whine and complain about them.
Is this projection again? Oh my god. Harman. Cease your projection. Jesus.
Like, constantly for petty reasons, you know? Like, things like the price point, things like USB cables, things like, unrelated lawsuits. Like,
Well, the lawsuits can affect the budgets of video games, aka the way that video games can be made, and not to mention the lawsuits could also affect the prices of video games and consoles, aka why Nintendo would probably need more money because they're spending more money on frivolous things like making more patents just so they can continue their lawsuit with Palworld.
This entire video, she did not discuss the games once, you know?
Yeah, she was talking about Nintendo as a whole and how and how scummy they are. Her video is about Nintendo as a whole. She doesn't need to focus on the games. Just like if I were to be talking about the current patent bullshit that Nintendo has done, I won't be talking about the games. I'm going to be talking about games that could be fucking affected by what this new patent is.
And I think that's very telling as to, like, what her mindset is going into these videos. Like, she just wants to get a reaction out of people. She just wants to get attention because she's a...
She does not want to get attention, unlike you.
...woman, and that's all...
Oh my god, Harman. No. The sexism. Oh my fucking god.
She's ever desired in her meager, pitiful existence. Like, this is, like, a textbook example of just everything wrong with Nintendo discourse online, you know?
Yeah, and you're everything wrong with being overly protective of Nintendo.
It's different from, like, how it was in the NeoGAF days, because I do think, like, you know, the majority of people watching this who actually own Switch 2s, like, don't really agree with it, but, like, it is, like, the aging millennial demographic who kind of cling on to this stuff. You know, people who, like, want to believe the GameCube was peak Nintendo, and people who, like, are nostalgic for the DS and the Wii and all that. Like,
yeah. I'm nostalgic for the Wii and the DS and the 3DS era of Nintendo. Bring that Nintendo back.
You know, they don't want to admit that they're old now and that, like, the world has moved on.
Motherfucker, I do admit that I'm old. Can you do the same? Motherfucker, I admit that I'm old. Fucking hell. Five Nights at Freddy's is a... Here's how I will date myself. I was around when the first Five Nights at Freddy's was released, you dumb fuck.
On without them, and in a lot of ways Nintendo is bigger than ever. You know, it's just...
Harman, you are basically believing that Nintendo is too big to fail. Klutzy has said... I will say this. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And the sooner Nintendo decides to fuck around with this new patent, the sooner they are going to find out, get the shit suit out of them, and you are going to bitch, piss, moan. You're going to bitch, shit yourself, piss yourself, come moan whatever, because Daddy Nintendo is finally getting fucked because they decided to fuck around and sue either a major developer or hell, sue a much more beloved indie developer. And, you know, they will find out.
It's the same thing that we saw with, like, the NES boomers.
Clean that fucking glass.
And how they, like, kept talking down to, like, the Super Nintendo.
Fix your fucking focus.
People.
There's nothing in that glass!
Like, I know people who will try and tell you that, like, Sonic the Hedgehog made Mario completely irrelevant in the 90s because he was such...
Well, Sonic the Hedgehog was supposed to compete with Mario when Sega created him, so...
such a better character. But, like...
he is a competitive character. In fact, he is more iconic than Mario nowadays because he has 3 movies that are very popular under his belt, while Mario is still delegated to video games.
That just never happened because Mario never went anywhere. It's like, you know, Sonic's relevancy never really left, like, elementary schools.
No, Sonic is very relevant nowadays. Like, I know one of my D&D players in my IRL group who is an adult, has been a lifelong friend of mine. She's still obsessed with the Sonic franchise, specifically Silver the Hedgehog, but that's neither here nor there.
Of people, like, screaming, like, marketing catchphrases at you. Like there's a reason everybody remembers, like, Sega does what Nintendo don't, and not the final boss of Sonic 3, you know, for example. Like, that's a good example. Like, it's just a meme to hate Nintendo. Like, that's all.
It's not a meme to hate Nintendo. It's a meme to overly like Nintendo.
All this is, like, it isn't based in anything real. It's just this, like, weird, like, artificial construct of people, like, growing out of Nintendo and just refusing to admit it to themselves.
Yeah, we've grown out of Nintendo. You haven't.
Like, they want to blame the company for they themselves growing up. And this is another sad example of that phenomenon.
And this is another sad example of fanboyism being toxic for the brain. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably start uploading it now. Handle some real life bullshit, and then I'll be back maybe today, maybe tomorrow even, to talk about Nintendo's patenting bullshit, talk about WoW, review The War Within for WoW, and of course talk about Midnight and share my lore speculations for it. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and by the way, I will be tagging the background NPC, by the way, do so up to her channel, but I'll be tagging her twice. The first tag will be in the title, and the second tag will be in the channel description, because I want y'all to support her more than Harman Smith. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed.